This one's my comedy.
Okay.
I just memorized this one, just by the way. My name is Michael Roach, and I will be performing the monologue Prince Charming. I love women. I don't trust any man who doesn't love women. But my mistake is in marrying them. For example, my first wife, Rapunzel. Great name, isn't it? You don't run across many girls named Rapunzel these days. Maybe a lot of Britneys and Taylors, but never Rapunzel. Man, I used to just love saying her name. Rapunzel! When I first met her, she had been locked in a tower by her mother. You know, that should have been my first clue. When a mom has to lock her own daughter in a steel tower. But of course she begged me to rescue her and that she'd love me forever if only I let her go. Something told me I shouldn't do it, and I told her that straight out, up front. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I am Prince Charming after all. But that is when Rapunzel let down her long hair. Guys, am I right? There is nothing sexier than when a woman at the right moment gives her head a shake and unleashes long, flowing hair. And with Rapunzel, that moment happened in spades. She shook her head, and down came long, glorious golden locks of hair that came down and never stopped. I was in love. But what does she do right after the I do's? She cuts it! Oh, it's too long. It's impractical. It interferes with my backhand. I thought you cared about me. You only care about my hair, and my mother was right about you. Just as the marriage began, it was over. And that's when I met Snow White. God, if ever a woman was misnamed, it was my second wife. I mean, she lived with 7 guys who worked in a mine, for God's sake. And trust me, she offered a lot more than just cooking and cleaning. I mean, obviously there's a reason why they all whistled while they worked. And before she showed up, Happy was just Phil. And see.